to everyone present here. I, Ishita Tyagi, Assistant Professor Law, Coordinator of today's guest lecture, welcomes you all. As we all know, ED Cell, Entrepreneurship Development Cell, IIC IIMT College of Law is organizing a series of events to inculcate among the youth the spirit of research, innovation, and entrepreneurship under the guidance of our respected Director Ma'am Dr. Monica Rastogi and Chairman ED Cell Mr. Vipin Bhati. And today, our guest of honor is Dr. Pradeep Kumar Talan, and he will be enlightening us on topic role of effective business communication in entrepreneurship. Sir is a learned academician in the field of English literature and communication. He has vast experience of more than 25 years in teaching in many colleges and universities. He has delivered many thought-provoking lectures in various seminars, workshops, and conferences. Sir has published many research papers in both national and international journals. His expertise in communication is appreciable. He is editor of International Journal of English, critic and creative writing. Welcome you, sir. Over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I'm highly thankful to all the team of IIMT. You have given a chance or invited me for this uh, lecture pertaining to communication as well as business or the managers. So, first of all, I would like to share my views on communication. Communication is neither transmission of a message nor message itself. As we all know, that communication is a two-way process. It is known as not only related to the dialogue, but we have a need to be effective in business. Communication is a sense of management, the basic functions of management known as planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. You just think that we cannot be performed well without effective communication in our business. So, as we all uh, studied about communication, or you can say managerial communication. So, communication has uh, channels, communication has flows, communication has its impact on our daily routine life, not only in business, as well as we think that we are going to discourse, we are going to communicate with each other. So, communication here plays a very important role in the process of directing and controlling the people in the organization. Not only in the organization, but everywhere, we people are going to communicate with others. So, we find that there is immediate feedback can be obtained and misunderstandings, if any, can be avoided. The meaning of communication. There should be effective communication between superiors and subordinated in an organization, between organization and society. And we can say at large, we people are going to use this term or this process pertaining to this communication. There we find a very important task here, communication gaps. If we people have communication gap, maybe that the flow of communication is breaking. Except it, we are thinking here about business communication. This term business is goal oriented. There are some rules. We people are going to work on that. Regulations and policies of a company or any organization have to be communicated to people within and outside the organization. This business communication is regulated by certain rules and norms, as I have mentioned earlier. In early times, business communication was limited to paperwork, telephone calls, and so on. But now the process is totally changed because of you people are uh, belonging to the computer age, or you can say there are some computational languages. They are playing the very important role in our communication also. So here, we people think that effective business communication plays a role to help in building goodwill of an organization. Suppose we people are going to think that we are a good communicator, only then we people are going to communicate the things what we are going to sell, or we are going to uh, purchase, we are going to convince the others. Otherwise, it is not. So business communication can be of two types, as we all know very well when we have gone through this term related to business communication: oral communication as well as written communication. If we are thinking about oral communication can be formal or informal. Generally, business communication is a formal means of communication. Any communication, we people are going to transmit our ideas from one person to another person, from myself to other self, because of we people are going to uh, know what is going on in the society, in the organization, in the classrooms, or in the other places also. So, as I told you that it is formal or informal, but in business communication, we people are thinking that it is only formal communication, like meetings, interviews, group discussions, speeches, and so on. An example of informal communication uh, would be grapevine. Very important term. I will discuss later it. Next one is written communication. Written means of business communication includes agenda, reports, manuals, and other uh, uh, communicative ideas which we are going to put down our pen on the paper, and we people are going to pass this piece of paper to the superior or the juniors, so that they will think what we have given to them. So now question is arising in our mind that what is non-verbal communication? Non-verbal communication plays a very important role in our life. We people are going to say that body language is coming under this head, non-verbal communication. It is communication of feelings, emotions, attitudes, and thoughts through body movements, gestures, eye contact, and so on. There are components which we are going to discuss one by one about this body language or the non-verbal communication. Kinesics. It is the study of facial expressions, postures, and gestures. Did you know that while in the Argentina, to raise a fist in the air with knuckles pointing to outwards express victory, and Lebanon raising a closed fist in considered rude. Next one is oculexis. Oculexis is also a study of eye contact. We people are going to think about non-verbal communication. So in this non-verbal communication, we people are going to think about eye contact. If we are not going to make eye contact to the others to whom we are going to communicate, maybe that something is going to be lacking. So this is the very example of oculexis, and 7% is working on that. Artifacts. Artifacts are often used to communicate information about oneself. Artifacts are objects, often clothes, jewelries, pictures, trinkets, which express one's interest, hobbies, status, or lifestyle. We have to think about the person to whom we are going to communicate. Next one is haptics. Haptics is the study of touching. We people are going to touch something or someone so that we are going to communicate. Suppose that person is not listening, not hearing. That person is not listening. Whatever we are going to communicate to him or her. So we people are going to touch that, listen to me very carefully so that I'm going to complete my task because of things they are going to be lacking. So next one is Proximix. This is very important phenomena. Here, you people are going to listen. It is the study of measurable distance between people as they interact. Suppose if you people are going to communicate, so the interaction has some distance or needs some distance. Next one is Chronomics. It is the study of use of time and non-verbal communication. What time we are going to use, to whom we are going to communicate, what time we are going to give. People are going to give 1 hour. We people are going to wait that that person will be free, and we are going to communicate our ideas for the organization. Now, just take an example that we people are going to meet with CEO. So we have to think the time is very precious. So we should keep in our mind what type of things we will have. The next thing is paralinguistics. Very important term here. It is the study of variations in pitch, speed, volumes, and pauses to convey meaning. Our sophisticated language, we people are going to communicate, we people are going to use in our communication. So we have think about such types of terms known as pitch. What is the pitch of the sentences? What is the pitch of the words? What is the pitch of speaking when we are going to speak? Speed. We people are going to think about the speed of our speech and volume. The audience, they are able to listen whatever we are going to say, we are going to communicate, or the person, suppose one example I have taken, CEO. So CEO has listened whatever I have given the task, I have given some paper that you have to do something this, or in written form or in oral form. So we people just to think about such type of things about paralinguistics features. Next one is physical appearance. In the world, everybody wants the important aspects of this communication known as physical appearance. The person who is very looking smart, you can say beautiful and handsome, people, they are going to discuss with him or her. Otherwise, the person who has indifferent garments and they are very torn and tormented, and it is seemed that it is full of agonies. So people, they are not going to discuss about, to share about such person. Next thing is oral communication. This is also important. So oral communication implies communication through mouth. We people are going to use, as I'm going to tell you, I'm going to discourse about this communication. You people are going to listen, and this is known as oral communication with the help of our mouth. Oral communication generally recommended when the communication matter is of temporary kind or where a direct interaction is required. We people are going to use this term. Suppose we people are going to say that come to me, come in my cabin, and I will tell you. So this is oral communication, not only written communication. So these are the things we have to discuss. I have discussed here about this communication. And the next one is written communication. Written communication has great significance because of it is it plays a very important role. It is very innovative, or we can say we people are going to make an effective communication with the audience, with the members that they are presenting in the organization or in the company. So this is the very form. Suppose we are going to say that I am not coming, and if I'm going to write a message that I am not coming, so it means a lot related to this communication. So written communication is very significant, plays a very important role. So effective written communication is essential for preparing worthy proportional material for business development. Speech came before writing. It is very important, as I told you very earlier, that whatever we are keeping in our mind, we people are going to pen down on the piece of paper to write something related to our feelings, what we keep in our mind. So effective writing involves careful choice of words. Suppose there are two or three persons, they are going to write something. So we people are going to select that this is absolute, this is not good, yeah, this is good, this is not good, because of the words, the feelings they are going to come in the mind, or you can say the train of thoughts they are coming. We people are going to pen down and to write on the piece of paper. Next thing is importance of communication. Really, as I told you very earlier, that effective communication is significant for managers in the organizations, so as to perform the basic functions of management. As I told you that planning, organization, and controlling. Communication helps managers to perform their jobs and responsibilities. We people are going, suppose you are head, you are assistant professor, you are going to communicate some ideas or some meanings to your students, to your directors, GM. So you people are going to use the very sophisticated words so that the person will think that you people are going to speak, you people are going to communicate related to that matter. So first and foremost, we have to think about it. I think it is clear, or any question related to this communication, the background which I have given to you, just ask me. Otherwise, I will start and I will continue other importance of other things related to the business communication and entrepreneurship. Anything which you are not getting? Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, okay. Things are clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. So during this process, we people are going to communicate. Just we think that someone, if I am talking you on phone, that I am coming, I am taking the lecture in that class, you people just not think and you just meet on that place. So you are not getting my point. It means there is some hindrance. So in the communication, not only in business communication, but in every communications, professional communication, business communication, or in daily routine life communication, we people are going to use some hindrances. Maybe we people are going to face some hindrances, and these hindrances are known as barriers to communication. What are these those barriers? We people are not getting the exact meaning what the speaker is going to communicate, is going to speak. So we are not understanding the real meaning of the matter, real meaning of the thing, so that we people are going to say, eh, speak loudly, I'm not getting. So these things are going in our daily routine life. If we are going to think about communication, oral communication, or you just think because of you or all professors and students are here, so you just face and you are facing also the students, they have written an application, but you people are not getting. He is uh, he has written this application to for the leave, or he is going to grant us the leave. So this is the very barriers. They are playing very important role in our life. Next, number one is the barriers are language, yani semantic barriers. It means language problem. Language and linguistic ability may act as a barrier to communication. It is the study of relationships between signs and symbols and what they represent. First of all, I just tell you that to whom we are going to communicate, just to think who is that person. If that person is related to our business, related to our department, related to our culture, related to our country, related to our state, related to our society, only then you have to communicate the whole ideas or the agenda in such languages what you know very well, and that person is very familiar to that. If you people are going to, suppose if you are going to Kannada, means Kerala, or you are going to Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, but you people don't know about Tamil, so, and you are going to speak in Hindi. So the people, they are not getting whatever you are going to say. So first of all, we have to think about the regional colloquialism and expressions what we keep in our terminology, and we people are going to communicate with them so that they will understand whatever the ideas we are going to transmit through our communication. So this is known as semantic barriers. Is it clear? Semantic barrier.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one is psychological barrier. Psychological barriers. Suppose in the classroom, teacher is going to teach, but some students are there, they are not going to understand the meaning whatever the teacher is going to discourse him or her or them, because of they have thought that this teacher is not good for us, this teacher is not going to give the real meaning of that particular ideas, particular topic, particular syllabus, and other things. So we people are not going to think about it. Suppose in psychological barriers, we people are thinking about some behavioral attitude also. We people are going to scold them, they are not attending our classes. So these are some psychological barriers. The psychological state of the receiver will influence how the message is received. As I told you, that whatever the things we are going to give you, whatever the things we people are going to communicate with them, they are understanding in the real sense of the term whatever we are going to transmit. As I have told you that there are 6 channels, or through these 6 points, the communication is going on. Encoding, decoding, sender, receiver, feedback, and so on. So these things, they are playing a very important role in our business communication. We have to think, we have to encode, we have to decode, we have to give the feedback. Suppose I am telling you, but my mic is off, you people are going to listen, but voice is not audible. So you this is a very duty that you have to tell me things are going on very smoothly. Next one is physiological barrier. This is also important, that physiological barriers may result from the receiver's physical state. For example, a receiver with a reduced hearing may not grasp to entirety of a spoken conversation. I think I have told you about this physiological barrier because of, suppose I am here, I am discoursing related to this topic, but there are some dogs, they are barking. So you people are not getting whatever I am going to tell you, or there is a generator is going to play its role, but you people are not getting whatever I am going to tell you. This is physiological barrier. Next one is physical barrier. An example of a physical barrier to communication is geographical distance between the sender and the receiver. Communication is generally easier over shorter distance as more communication channels are available and less technology is required. This is physical barrier also. Next one is systematic barrier. Systematic barrier to communication may exist in structure and organizations where there are sufficient or inappropriate information. If people are going to think, suppose we people are going to use WhatsApp, but WhatsApp of classroom, WhatsApp of directors, WhatsApp of our colleagues. But there is some irrelevant message we people are going to receive. But after that, after some time, we people are not going to think that this message is, I think that person has sent. So we people are not going to think that that person has sent only the irrelevant messages, but this message may be very important for your department as well as the organization. So we people are thinking about systematic barrier also. Next one is attitudinal barriers. Attitudinal barriers, as I told you, pertaining to the behaviors or the perceptions we people are keeping in our mind. So this is the perception that that teacher is not good, that teacher is very good. So we people are going to attend the classes. So dear students, you just think that teacher is teacher. Teacher is not to be suppressed by yourself because of he has the knowledge more than you. So you just go to the class and to learn, to understand, and to ask the questions and questions so that the teacher is able to give the answer. Suppose teacher is not going to give the answer, maybe that he will ask to someone or study at his or her home and to give the answer. But this is the attitudinal barrier, that we people are not going to attend the classes because of things they are not good. So these are some barriers we people are going to face in our daily routine life or in the classrooms. People, they are not coming, students are not coming, they are not giving the feedback, they are not giving the some responses. So we people have to think that things are going on or not. Suppose you are teaching in the class, so you just ask the questions, are you getting my point? If you have grasped, so just to tell me whatever I have taught you. If you people are going to ask the question to the teacher, to the students, or students will give the proper answer, the appropriate answer to that question, maybe that they are getting more and more. Otherwise, your exercise will become futile. You people are not going to think that whatever is going on in our communicative class. So in our communicative class, in our communication, in our classrooms, so you have to be very, very aware about this communication. in business communication, in professional communication, other communications. One thing, as I told you in the beginning, that there is a gap. So we people have no gap at all in our communication. If we people are having a gap, maybe that there is a breakup in our speech. So the person is not going to think whatever we are going to give him or her. He is going to guess and to fill in the blank with his or her own mind. Maybe that things they are not related to the topic. So I think these barriers are clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, effective communication, business communication. So what are those ideas or the things, what are those parameters to make our communication very effective? This is very important. There are 7 C's. The term is starting with the English alphabet known as C. So there are 7 C's. They are making our communication very effective, either in written or oral form. So these 7 C's are: number one, completeness. Our message, whatever we are going to communicate, should be complete. Not only this, that you people are going to hide something that I will tell you tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. You know, after today, there is also today. So you just think about completeness. The communication must be complete. If you people are going to think that I'm going to complete this topic, so you have to complete, because of the teacher. When the teacher is going in your class next day, maybe that he will start in uh, uh, different topics in different manners. So completeness is important. Next one is conciseness. This is very important further, that we people are going to think about word to word. Not only in the very lengthy, we people have to think that this is this, this is that. If things they are not clear, you just elaborate them. Otherwise, you should be concise in yourself, in your communication. Conciseness is the necessity for effective communication. If you people are not going to concise your communication, the audience they are, or the businessman, your CEO, your students, they are not getting the points clearly, whatever you are going to give him or her. It is both time saving, because of time saving, and the students they are paying their attention towards you if you are very concise. In a nutshell, we people are going to use our discourses so that things they are going to be transferred from yourself to the students. Next thing is considered. Whatever the things you people are going to speak, you people are going to communicate, you have to consider all the things relating to the communication. Next one is clarity. Whatever the things, first of all, the speaker, the communicator has 100% clarity about that subject. If that person is not having a clarity, maybe that students will ask the question, or they will not give the answer. Maybe that what will happen, you just faced in your classes. Uh, it may be or not. I am not claiming that you have faced, but you people are going to face that you people have no preparation before going to the classroom. So you have to clarity in yourself. Next one is concreteness. Concrete communication implies being particular and clear rather than fuzzy and general. We people have to think about the communication not only in general but particular. Next is courtesy. We people know very well there is a line: courtesy costs nothing. So courtesy is in message implies the message should show the sender's expression as well as as should respect the receiver. Suppose you people are going to teach in the classroom, so you have to speak them that you are very intelligent. You just listen. You will do. You have to think. If you people are not going to do, maybe that something is going to going to lag. And after 20 years, after 10 years, after 5 years, where you just imagine about it. So give them some courteous words so that they will pay their attention towards you. Now, one question is arising that why should the students listen to me? Why they will come in my class? If I'm not going to give, I have no personal touch with them. I have not going to understand the feelings. I'm not going to read the eyes of the students. Maybe that students, they are not going to come in the classrooms. The students, not only 4 o'clock, not only 5 o'clock, but whenever you need your students, they will come in your class because of if you are a good uh, orator, you are a communicator, and you people are going to give the personal touch to them. So courtesy costs nothing. It is all not all, at all biased. We people have no biasness in our life. Next one is correctness. Things they are very correct. Should be correct because of if, the message or the ideas, the feelings in written form or the oral form, they are very correct. Only then it implies a lot in our communication. If we have, suppose we are professors and we people are going to make some spelling mistakes, the sentence structure is not good. There we have not think about subject, verb, and object. No preposition, no conjunction, no interjection. We people have gone. So the students, if there is a student will think that what type of writing sir has given to me, what type of communication. I think he or she doesn't know about the English language. So we people have to think about grammatical errors also. Now, listening plays a very important role in the communication. Effective listening skills. In the world, we people have to think that there are four skills, soft skills we people are going to use in our communication. First is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So out of these four skills, we have to think about listening. Listening is very, very important in our communication. Suppose there is a quarrel. Some people, some students or some boys, they are going to beat someone. So we people are not going to think that what has happened. We are going to beat him uh, to whom they are also they were beating to them, him or them. So we have to listen very carefully. Not only we people are going to hear the message whatever we are going to deliver. So we have to listen very carefully and not getting the point. We have to ask the questions after completing the topic, after completing the task, after completing the paragraph, after completing the subtopic, after completing the heading of that topic. You just ask the questions to your teacher, to your others, that what was that. Only then you will find the clarity about it. So listening is very important. Not only speak less, listen more. This is the important thing, whatever I have going to give you. Next thing is flow of communication. Flow of communication, what it is. It is downward, upward, horizontal, lateral, diagonal, external. So suppose you are assistant professor. You are going to uh, meet to your director, or you have a need of 1 CL. You are going to meet your director. So this is downward communication. This is upward communication. So we people have to think about these five main directions pertaining to the communication in our organization where we are going to work. It is downward, it is upward, it is lateral, it is diagonal, it is external. So we have to think about these flows in our communication. To whom, suppose a student is in your cabin, so he is going to say that, sir, may I come in, sir? And he's asking you that, sir, yeah, ma'am, please help me. So this is downward communication. This is upward communication. So this is upward communication because of the student is student. A student is going to communicate with his teacher, and you people are going to teach your students. This is uh, downward communication. So these are some parameters pertaining to the communication. These are some flows. As I told you, the names, they are going to denote something. Not only I'm going to depth about this communication, but one thing which is very lacking what I feel that this effective business communication plays a very important role in the entrepreneurship. If you are very smart, you people are going to know how to behave, how to communicate in your at your workplace, in your company, in your organization. You people will be succeeded. Otherwise, you will not. Because of everybody needs a good or gentle man. So in the world, this is the irony of the word that we people have to think about the goodness. So either CEO, either director or general director, they need that the person who is coming in our cabin behave like a good gentleman. Not only that, oh my sir, I'm coming not like that. So we have to behave like that. So in this connection, we have to think about other relative topics known as report writing, paragraph writing, and other writings also. So I think you just tell me whatever I have gone or I have discoursed you pertaining to this business communication. These things are clear or not? If they are clear, I am taking another topic. Report writing is what? What is report writing? Anyone? Anyone out of you that you have listened or not? Suppose I have gone. Yes, yes. Say something. Ji ma'am.
Anybody from the audience wants to ask any question?
No, no, ma'am, no doubt I have.
Okay. Sir, the lecture was very clear to the students.
Okay, thank you so much. But it is very much uh, it is not good or it is lacking that students they are not asking the question because of this communication is very important task pertaining to the entrepreneurship or the business uh, point of view, or you can say the managers. So now I'm going to summarize whatever I have discoursed in my discussion and my sharing. One thing, communication is what? Next thing is business communication, flow of communication.
We have,
Yes, yes,
sir,
yes, yes.
what are the challenges we have faced in business communications?
Okay, okay. Just I'm coming. Very good, good question. Challenges. I'm telling you. So now I'm summarizing. Then I'm coming to challenges. So communication, business communication, and this barriers to communication, flow of communication. These topics I have covered here. Challenges in our communication. The very important topic or question he has asked me. Challenges. One thing at that we people are not getting the point. So what should I do? Students they are not getting the things whatever the teacher is going to think. So these barriers, one thing. Second thing is the 7 C's. If we people are totally clear cut about these two functions of communication, we will not face any challenge in our communication. How? If we have the clarity of our matter, we have gone through the books to collect the material pertaining to the ideas, pertaining to the topic. Only then we have to concise, clear, concrete, completeness, consider. So we people have to think about it. And if we are going to communicate, we have to think that there should be no barrier at all. If there is a barrier, we are not able to communicate the main idea to the listener or the receiver in an effective manner. So these are some challenges we people are going to think in our communication. Is it clear or not?
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot.
Next thing is, it is not okay. I think there is some points they are also here. We have to think that we people are going to encoding or decoding. Who is the receiver? We people are going to give the feedback. Suppose we have uh, uh, guess that students they have understood, but You just ask the questions because of they are the future of the nation. This is your duty, means your teacher's duty, that whatever you are going to give them, whatever you are going to give in oral form or written form, so they are getting or not. If they are not getting, what is the lacking behind it? If there is a lacking behind it, you have to remove immediately. Otherwise, your communication will be failed. Is it? So sender has these things, 7 C's or barriers. He will think about, or she is think about, and message the sender. Message sender has the message encoding, then channels, then decoding, then receiver, then feedback. If this channel is not clear in your mind, so you people are not going to think. One example I am telling you, I think it should be clear that if you are going to dial a number and at the same time you people are going to discuss or to communicate or to converse with others. So maybe that 9735, but you people are not going to press the 5, but you people are going to press 0. So to whom you are going to make a call for the communication, your call is diverted. So you should be very, very particular about it. If you are not particular, you are not at the same time, students will ask the questions and you people are not going to give the answer. What will happen? Because of you have not gone through the courses, you have not gone through the topics and other related items or the the materials, but you are you have a sole responsibility to think about your audience. Who are your audience? If you think that who are your audience, one challenge. Only then, out of these audience or those audience, you people have to prepare like that. If suppose the person they are coming from rustic areas, and you people are going to speak only in English, that I am English professor of English, I'm telling you about communication. Communication is this and that. The people they are not getting the point. So first of all, we have to think who are our audience. The crowd we people are going to face. We have to think that what they are. Next thing is, things are depending on you. If your voice is not audible, this is next challenge. I'm coming to back to the very beginning, that your voice is not audible. So you people are not going to communicate yourself, because the audience they are starting or they have to start some disturbance because of they are not getting. They are ideally sitting in the classroom or in any other place, but you people are not going to penetrate your voice into the ears of those audience, maybe that they are not getting. This is next challenge. Third challenge is your pitch, your voice modulation. Your words are not clear. It means you can say the pronunciation is not clear about that terminology. Audience are not getting. And if they are not getting, maybe that they will think that this person is going to say something, but we people are not getting. Only then they have to start to make some indifferent activities in the classrooms as well as any other place. If you are very punctual, you are very sincere, you are very devoted, you have reread the very eye of your audience, maybe that all the scenario is quiet and calm, and they will get whatever you are going to give them. These are some challenges. Next thing is where you are going to deliver, where you are going to communicate. Suppose there is a music which is going on or playing on, and you are going to communicate with someone. Suppose someone is going to coming in the office, and after coming in the office, he or she has scolded to someone, but his mind is not fit for that. And you people are going to say, sir, please grant me a leave. So that person is not going to grant leave to you because of situation is not appropriate. Situation is not appropriate, it means this is also a challenge. So these are some examples I have given to you related to the challenges. I think it is clear or not?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay. It is clear, beta?
Yes, sir, it is clear.
Okay. Next, now I am coming report writing. This is very important topic because of in our business, so we have to think about writing also. Presentation writing, report writing, memorandum also. So we have to write something. And through these writings, we people are going to write. A report can be defined as a testimonial or account of some happenings, whatever the things they have happened in our life or means in our past, we people are going to say in the form of the report. It is purely based on observations and analysis. One thing which is very important, that your report should be factual. Some facts are to be there. If they are not, nobody is going to. And one thing, if you are going to communicate in the form of a written, so in writing, so you have to think that why that person will read that paper. So you have presentation. You have to present your writings in an effective manner so that the reader, the receiver, will able to understand the depth of your problems. Only then your communication will be beneficial, otherwise not. Is it clear? So if you are going to think about your writings, you have to think about whatever the things you are going to mention and how you are going to present. Suppose in your class, out of 50 or out of 40, out of 60, out of 20, one student is only in your class. All the teachers or the professors, directors, they love him or her too much because of etiquettes, because of sincerity, because of devotion, because of punctuality, because of presentation, because of attitude. So things they are playing very important role in our communication if we people are going to say that what is what. So this is the very definition of the report writing. Not only I'm going to the very depth of the report writing because of you all know. Next thing is, I think I have to proceed or minutely I will tell you about report writing, ma'am.
Yes, sir, you can proceed.
Okay, thank you. Next one is in the writing form, in the written form, whatever we are going to write, resume, curriculum vitae, very important thing. Our dossier, not only biodata, just to listen. Resume, resume, but this is not a resume. Resume is a verb and resume is a noun. So we have to think about this term, curriculum vitae or the resume. A resume is also known as CV or curriculum vitae. A resume is an influential and credible summary of an individual's employment qualification. Suppose someone has sent us a resume. Why we are going to think about him or her? Resume tells us something pertaining to that qualities, whatever he or she has possessed. You have to write down as good as possible so that the reader will understand, will read whatever you have written. So what are the characteristics? First of all, neat. Your resume should be clear and neated. Have factual and relevant information. So no information should be incorrect or wrong. Self-describing, so that I will come to know about the personality of that person. Clearly indicate why you are the best suited for this job, why I'm going to hire that person. So what are those peculiar qualities he or she has in his or her life, in his character, in his or her personality, so that I'm going to select him or her up to date. That person is update to the subject, whatever he will be selected. So we in the interview, we people are have asked, or now also we people are going to ask them that why you are going to choose this job, why we are going to select you. So you just give your positivity, and you have to prove things, whatever the depth of your work, of your dedication, of your uh, presentation should be reflected in your eyes, in your body language. Only then we people are going to select him or her because of such things, whatever I have given to you. Next thing is this resume should be chronological resume or skill resume. In chronological resume, these resume gives a quick brief of what the candidate has done in a timeline beginning with the latest events and moving back in a reverse chronology. We have to think about it chronological. Next one is skill resume. We people are going to think about our skills, whatever we have in our life, in our uh, personality or caricature, you can say. Whatever the things we have, we just mention in your resume. So these are some things you people are going to find about the resume. Why? What are those things we have not to mention in our resume? So we have to do's or don'ts in your resume. Just to listen very carefully. Shouldn't be too long. Your resume should not be long. Not only 50 pages, not only 20 pages, but you have to speak. You have to give in the written form that the reader or the listener will listen. Not only listener, but the reader will read in a very less time. It should not exceed 2 pages generally. CV should be true and factual. Do not include negative and irrelevant informations. As I told you very earlier, items in a resume must be concise and parallel. They should be reflected in your life also whenever you will face the interview. To stress upon the key points in a resume, while submitting a resume, it must be accompanied with a cover letter to make the readers aware of what is being sent. Whatever the things we are going to be sent, you just think about it. If you are going to send something, you just uh, go through it and read it clearly, and proofreading, as I use the term, you have to proofread it very clearly. So this is the thing, whatever I have given to you. So these are some traits or the meanings pertaining to your resume. Next one is business negotiations. We people are going to hire somewhere. We people are going to sell our caricature. So negotiation is very important. Negotiations can be called as a way of resolving disputes, whatever the things. I have, I'm deserving more than 20,000, more than 2 lakhs, more than 10 lakhs. So you just think about it. You have to think about it that you have uh, gone through it. It takes place almost in all spheres of life. All the life you are going to think, be it is business, business, personal circumstances where you have to face related to your married life, your workplace, your post, and other things. Negotiation can be defined as a channel of communication intended to reconcile differences between parties and to settle conflicts jointly. This is very important task here. I'm just telling you about the meanings that you have to negotiate whatever you are going to think. The party and you both should be very happy, will be very happy, because of if you are happy, only then you will work in that organization with your full dedication. Otherwise, you will have a dilemma in your mind that to do or not to do. To come to the college, to come to the company, to come to the organization. What should I do or not? So these conflicts should be removed from your mind, or you can say the both parties either organize in the organization, the GM, CM, or the employee. Next one is grapevine. The term, it was earlier you have heard. Grapevine is what? Don't think is, this is informal business communication, the very treat of our business communication. Grapevine is an informal channel of business communication. Don't think about it. Grapevine generally develop due to various reasons. What are those various reasons? One of them is what? That when an organization is facing a recession, it should be started or it has started. The employees sense uncertainty. They feel that why should we come in the organization, because of one day it will be dumped. So this is also at times employees do not have self-confidence because of there is no security. So the people they are going to discuss at the coffee house or the uh, uh, tea house related to, or you can say the cafeteria, and you people are finding some rumors are going on that such and such personality, they have decided to leave that organization because of this organization is will be nowhere. So this is rumor. Don't think like that. If you people are going to communicate, you people are going to think any feeling related to that concept. So you just discuss to your boss or to the concerned person who is looking after. So these are some things related to the grapevines. Next one is function of communication. Why and what are those functions, and communication, how it functions. Communication serves four major functions within a group, within an organization, within a company, within the college. What? Control, motivation, emotional expression, and information. These are 5 points you have to keep in your mind, that in communication, where you are going to communicate, control, you have a control over your language, over on your personality, your words. Then motivation, you people are going to motivate, you are also motivated. Emotional, don't swayed away by emotions, because of these emotions they are going to and degrade your personality, because now you people are going to weep in the class, start to weep in the class. Students, they are not listening you, they will not listen you, because of you people are going to mm, uh, do something indifferent activities. Expression, your expressions should be clear and effective. If our expressions are effective, our expressions are clear, no power of the world will shake you, because of you are the holder of the class. You people are going to give some meanings to your audience or the students as well. Next
Sir,
things
we
is
can
information.
sum up the lecture as the time is about to get over of the meeting, sir.
Okay. So I'm just concluded.
For
Okay,
some points in brief.
sorry.
Sir, some points in brief. We can.
Okay. Yes. Now come to information. So you have to impart whatever the information, so they are related to your communication to the concerned person. I think this is quite enough related to the function of communication. Next one is business letters. Whatever the letters you are going to write, they should be proper. They should be as per the need of the time. They should be as per your business. They should be as your the uh, uh, circumstances. You have to write uh, your letters, and your letters nowadays they are written from the very left hand side, because of this is the age of computer. So you have to write down like that about these things, and to mention all the things. Now, one thing which is very important, all the writings of the word, it means I can say that all the things which are visible with our naked eyes are divided into three parts. So your letter is also divided into three parts. One is introduction, second one is main body, third one is conclusion. Is it? Yani addressing. Next is main body, yani ki matter, and third one is conclusion, means you are going to sum up. So everything is divided into three parts. Your examination is also 3 hours. The clock watch, the ball clock has 3 hands, minute, hour, and second. So everywhere you will find these phenomena. So these are some important traits related to the writings, letter writing, or other things. Next thing is, in communication, if you people are going to do your work, so don't forget greetings to others. Suppose someone is coming at your home and you people are going to offer some food, fruits or water and other milk and tea and other things. So it is a basic courtesy. Should say that thank you so much. And you people have to address. You are requested, not only I request you. So everywhere, every time we have to use you attitude. These are some points pertaining to your communication, and these things are directly beneficial, effective in your entrepreneurship. Your place where you are working will be fruitful. All the people of your organization will think that a very good atmosphere, healthy atmosphere, appropriate atmosphere is there. So the people, they will work over that more than those organizations where there is classes and other things. So this is the things, whatever I have gone through about this communication. So now I'm going to conclude, as ma'am has mentioned that time is not permitting to continue it. First of all, communication, then business communication, barriers to communication, flow of communication, and 7 C's, letter writing, report writing, or one thing, resume writing. So you just keep in your mind related to the communication. Communication will be effective if you are very particular about your things. You are very particular, only then you will make the effective communication before the audience. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
Any
sir.
question from your side, just to ask me so that I will, I just try to give the answer to your question.
So with this, we conclude our session on behalf of IMT College of Law. With all due respect, I would like to thank you, sir, for your presence at this workshop and deliver such a knowledgeable lecture. Thank you all the viewers for being such patient listeners. All of us have learned a lot today on how to develop, start up and be successful entrepreneurs. Bhaiya, it has been a very interesting session. We really appreciate you, sir, for taking out time for all of us from your busy schedule. It's always been a pleasure to have you with us, and we look forward to see you again for upcoming events. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.